Never have too many clamps. Is that too high?
Mm-mm.
Look okay?
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Level it, or we know that it's level.
All we're doing is making it square right now.
Okay.
Leveling will come when we go to set it up in the room.
Oh.
But we make both sides the same length and make it square across the top. That way this actually ends up the same distance across the top of the desk. Good question. Now this will get stiffer when we put the shelf in it because the shelf goes across the
Also,
middle.
it's just clamped at the bottom.
Yep, it's just up there to hold it in place while I do the measurements. It's just a lot easier to use the fixture or use the desk itself as a fixture rather than trying to make a new one for everything.
The screws are countersunk, but I would want to put any little caps on top because you want to be able to take it apart. And
This part is going to be a solid piece. You can definitely put a cap on top of this. And we have a drill motor that'll, or a drill bit that'll make little caps, little plugs that go right in there. We put this together and then we can put the caps on it. When you paint it, they'll be gone. We'll want to be able to take the 4 screws that hold the desktop to the bookshelf off. But other than that, this and we can fasten this down to the bookshelf or to the top of the desk, or we can set it on top of the desk. I would prefer fastening it down.
Oh.
having it just sit there is going to be kind of shaky. So I would prefer fastening it down, but that'll be just 2 screws coming up from underneath. This will be slightly wider than the bookshelves underneath the desk, so that we'll have room to get those screws up in there. You know, it would be really clever. Just come up through the bottom of the bookshelf, through the top of the desk into this. 1, 2 spots there, 1, 2 spots there. That'll anchor the bookshelf, the desktop, and this all together with just 4 screws. We won't have to do a whole lot of monkeying around to get it apart. If we want to move it, we take those 2 out of the bottom of that, those 2 out of the bottom of that, and the whole thing disassembles.
That's probably what we would do to take it upstairs, is take it apart like that.
Yes, this module will go upstairs, this upper shelf will go upstairs as one piece. Each bookshelf will go upstairs as one piece, and the top will go upstairs as one piece, so that it's easy to get up and down the stairway. Otherwise, this big a box, we'd never make it past the top of the stairway.
So this would be good for like a kid that was in college and wanted a desk.
Yep.
For in their room or in their apartment.
Yep, we're following the same concept that we did when we made Ryan's desk, to make it so that it all fit in the back of his car for when he moved. So I'm just liberally borrowing ideas from that project. Now, the shelf that goes in between is going to be shorter. Now, this one has to be the length of this shelf minus 2 of these boards. 70 and 11/16. Could you hand me that little drill bit? Thanks.
Ah, it's warm.
Yeah.
Been busy.
Thank you. These 2 boards aren't exactly the same width, but I'd rather have it sticking out a little bit in the back than in the front, because it's not as
Makes
visible.
sense.
And we can take a little plane and trim that off so it looks good if it's going to bother us. You can have the square on this side if it's easier to handle, whichever way is best for you. And the way I do it is I push the pencil up against the end of that little notch in the center, and it rides right along. We're done. Finished.